have them with tags that say what size and what gender, so there is no guessing with the customers. Actually, maybe I should mark both genders, because typically the ladies' size number is 2 numbers higher than the men's. Is that right? No. Well, I'll look it up and make sure. I think if you're an 8 in ladies, you're a 6 in men's. So the men's is 2 numbers smaller. I believe there are some ladies with small feet that can wear size 5 in boys. So they do take that option. All right. Oop, I need to back up a bit. I want to make sure that I have them all, but I don't want to overlap. Usually I put a stitch marker so I know where I started with the finishing round. Now the final round is going to be a slip stitch, and that just gives the edge a little bit less of a stretch, so that way when the slipper is on your foot, it's not going to be sloppy and slipping off. And this is a purchased pattern. I purchased this from another creator. I will show you that pattern in a moment, so that if you like to create, you can try out that pattern. But if you do not crochet, you can always contact me and I can make you a pair on commission. All commissions are prepaid. We can discuss the pricing at the time of commission. So see how that's coming out? Isn't that nice? These are nice because it keeps your feet warm, but sometimes if it's not quite super chilly out, you don't need something that's going to be like making your feet sweat. So even though this is an acrylic yarn, it has it's not super tightly woven, so it does have some gaps so your feet can breathe. These are machine washable. It is acrylic, so you can put them in the dryer. And we're going to come around to the back, and I usually finish in the back. Alright, let's just take this last stitch, finish this off, and then we're going to switch over to make a holiday wreath. Take a couple chains there. Of course, I have to find my scissors. Oops. Sorry about that. Alrighty, here we go. Clip that off. Pull the chain through. Pull the yarn through the chain. Tighten it up. And then this will be tied off later. So here we have a pair of slippers. Now I've marked this one, then I can tie this one to it, and then I have a pair. But first I'm going to remove my stitch markers. There we go. And then I try to tie it together with a different colored yarn so that it's clear. That's the tying string. And then I'll leave that little size marker on there. I'm starting to get a few pairs ready for the market, so I want to save a little time by marking them as I make them. The first couple pairs I didn't mark them yet. Okay, let's do this one by one here because it's deciding to be finicky. And I'm just pulling a little piece of yarn through to tie the two slippers together so that I know these two are a pair. When I prepare them for market, I'll do it with a little wrap, like a cardboard wrap. All right. And next, we're going to be using a bucket of ribbon, a wire frame. I'm just grabbing my wire frame here. And some pillows. And the pillows are these little Christmas themed pillows. Let me see if I can get my camera up a little bit higher for you. There we go. And then I'm going to be tying the pillows onto the frame. And when I do that, I will be using a holiday theme or a holiday colored ribbon. And I have that in a bucket over here, already pre-cut. So let's do a little rearranging here. I forgot I put my extra ribbon in the top, so it's kind of blocking what's already cut. So I'm gonna take that out, set it aside. And then I have the pre-cut ribbons in the bucket. So the first step is trimming the extra threads on the pillows. You don't want to have those little wings on the pillows. So we'll cut a few and then start attaching. And that's just, you know, the attention to detail when you're preparing a project. And each wreath will take about 30 of these pillows, but I do have different sizes of the pillows. Some are shorter, some are longer. So then the long skinny ones, they're gonna take up more space on the frame. So then that's why I say about 30 pillows. It might be 28, it might be 34, you never know. So I have some set aside in this bucket or in the bin, and then I can just mix and match as I go. This particular one is not really going to have a theme. Some of the others I've done, one was like Victorian because I used all red kind of Victorian style ribbons. So that one had kind of a Victorian flair. There was another one that was kind of like snowmen and snowflakes. Another one was all stripes. And then I have my Grinch themed wreaths as well. And these are all in my shop. And this is my shop name here. And then what I'm working on is just trimming these threads. And then I will be attaching the pillows to the frame. So you can see attention to detail. If you're going to have something like this decor in your house, you want the creator to have taken the time to provide you with an item of quality. And that is what I'm doing. You want an item that is handcrafted but doesn't look like it's just thrown together. Then we can trim off this. It's only natural that the fabric would fray a little bit during production, so it's good to just trim it up when preparing the final product. In this bin, I've got about 50 little pillows, so I'm not going to use them all, but I can just reach in there and grab different varieties so that we have a nice variety on the frame. Okay, so let's start attaching some of the pillows to the frame. I'm going to start with this one. It kind of looks like a retro kind of style. It makes me think of the 60s. So I'm not sure what this theme will be when I list it in my shop. I might just call it something like classic or something to invoke the thoughts of variety. So this is a pretty print. It's got ornaments with kind of glitter. So the way I position the pillows is with the directionals facing the center. So the top of the directional will be facing towards the outside, and the bottom of the directional will be facing towards the inside. And when I put the cotton cording on for hanging, it's very easily moved. So the customer can select a different top of the wreath if they like. And what I mean by that is once the wreath is all filled, let's say I put the cording on this side, but the customer prefers the style of a different pillow in a different area, then they can easily move the cording so that they can hang the wreath however they like. So this is a nice black, gray, and striped plaid with a little bit of glitter flare. That adds a little bit different style to the wreath. And again, these are all hand assembled, so every single one is going to be different. And then I have a large variety of ribbons too, so that really adds to the variety. little lollipops, reminiscent of the sugar plum fairies. This one may end up with a name of Winter Classics or something, because it really is going to be a variety. You see, we have the reminiscent of the sugar plum fairies, and then we have the snowmen. And then I'm also going to have trees, gnomes, snowflakes,